Angie Martinez in Real Life podcast. This episode and conversation is powered by Douce. What's your middle name?
Gerard, Michael Gerard.
Michael? Are we rolling?
Yes.
I mean, Michael Gerard Tyson.
That means I'm in trouble.
I never want you to feel like that.
Yeah, the name is scary.
Wait, hold on, man. I need my crew. I need everybody in the room to clap it up. This is yeah, for you. We love you. You know people love you, Mike?
What's the definition of love?
Let me think about that. Well, there's many definitions of love. The way I use it for you is that anytime I tell people that, oh, I'm going to do this thing with Mike, oh, I'm coming to Mike's podcast, oh, Mike's coming to Mike, people are fascinated with you and want to meet you and want to be around you, and people get excited when you're around.
Yeah, I understand. That's pretty interesting that you think it like that. In order for me to have that, I don't even know what it is, but that, I have to be truly flawed personally, too.
Flawed, and because we're all flawed.
Yeah.
But you are honest about, you are naked about your flaws. You let everybody see them seemingly freely. Like, you seem to be very free about your whole story, no matter what.
I just think we as people, human beings, are more transparent than we know of.
Really?
Yeah.
Even when we don't think we are being?
Yeah. Well, just studying life, not even as a pupil, just what goes on around you.
Yeah.
You know there's certain kind of people. You know, there's fake, straight people. There's people that bullshit. There's people that's quiet. You just know there's certain kind of people. And we just read it from that perspective.
You're really good at reading people, aren't you?
Well, of course, that's what I did for a living.
What do you mean? Not boxing.
Yeah, fighting.
That's how you have to read people.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. If you don't even have to be a fighter, you could be a 200-pound lawyer, and they start sizing you up, looking at you, watching the way you talk, looking for your weaknesses and flaws.
Oh, you have to break that down for me. I need to understand.
I look at everything. I look at how he interact with his children, his wife, his woman. Where's his weakness in that perspective? Maybe I'll talk about them in the press conference, and they'll get mad.
You're such a savage. You are savage.
Shit.
What is the definition of love to you?
Love to me is having the worst person in the world, just the worst person in the total world, and their purpose in the world is to hurt people, and I love them regardless. That's love.
You just love people through.
Well, and I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying that person who I love.
Yeah.
There's nothing they can do to be wrong.
Unconditional love.
No, I don't know what unconditional love is. It's just nothing in my perspective. There's nothing that they can do to be wrong. If they have another husband, another boyfriend, they're not wrong. I love them.
Really?
Yeah. Love is so much bigger than me. Who am I to think I can control it?
I have never heard it explained that way.
Well, that's my way of love. You may hear it explained a different way from my wife
yeah.
or someone else. Yeah.
How do you implement that in real life? Like, how does that affect your real life? Like your relationship with your wife or your kids or like the people you love? So you just love them through whatever?
Whatever.
There's no rules. There's no boundaries. There's
they have AIDS, everything.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Do you have a boundary? Do you have a limit for your love? There's a limit. My love is just doomed.
Well,
my loyalty is just from this perspective. And once that perspective is, I don't know.
I think there's two types of love.
Explode.
I think there's love like that you feel, and then there's love as an action. Like, action is like showing love, loving somebody, loving on somebody is different. So if somebody is like abusive or not good for me or not healthy for me, I may disconnect from that.
Love. From everybody, from my perspective of it, love is the slowest and the most direct form of suicide.
Oh my God.
Do you feel that when you're in love sometimes? I'm just gonna die if they're not interested in me. Or they start looking at me funny because I gain weight.
I don't know if I felt like that, but maybe a version of that.
Or you see how one day it's happening, you just walk by and you see his eyes looking at somebody else. You know?
It's the vulnerable. You become vulnerable.
Yeah. You know it. I don't have to tell you. You had your heart broken before.
Of course. It's the fucking worst. It's
then
the
you
one
feel
thing.
it's a form of death. Love is a form of death. You know, sometimes check this out. When you're so in love with somebody, they don't come home, you can't eat.
Yeah.
Or they get locked up, you just can't eat for a couple of days. Love is a form of dying. You might even kill yourself over them.
Oh, God.
Well, I'm sure you heard those stories.
Yeah, of course. That's so funny because when the first time I probably got my heart broken, I was like, why didn't nobody tell me how awful this is?
Listen, but this
nobody
is
prepares you for that.
This is the best. Nobody could prepare you for it. But this is the best thing. You survived it. Not many people survive it. It's so powerful, so they have to take themselves out. Oh. And love gives you a lot of balls, too. Never underestimate a pussy with boyfriend. Ooh, you know it, right? Don't do that,
100%. 100%. I will say you can't prepare anybody, but I do, like for my kids, I tell my kids, one of the most important decisions you make in your life are the people that you choose to love. Your friends, the relationships. Because
hey, listen, your kids don't got power over that.
They don't, but it's good to be at least be mindful of it. You can have power over that.
No power over love, nigga.
What do you mean?
No.
You can't choose to like.
No, once love hits you, and if you don't react to it, it kills you.
Yeah, but if you are not mindful and you subject yourself.
Who's mindful through love?
Because sometimes love happens because you put yourself in situations to fall in love with a certain type of person that may not be healthy for you.
That's your excuse for not acknowledging love is bigger than you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, who do we think we are to handle love?
I think you can make choices about who you decide to offer your love to. No?
I don't know. How did you work out with that? I failed totally.
What do you mean you failed? You did amazing. It's one of the things I'm most fascinated about you. How you managed to relate your wife and the family.
Nigga. This is my third marriage,
Yeah.
and I hurt people so bad. Being selfish.
You know what's funny that you say
What?
that's the thing you go to is that I hurt people, not that people. Because some people say I've been hurt in love or they regret love because.
Well, I know who I am, and I know when I'm in that stage of my life, people are sad. It's not because of me taking advantage or even being disrespectful. It's about what I'm doing to myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you have regret in hurting other people. But some people don't even.
Well, I have regret because I thought it was just me and there was none of their business if I want to hurt myself. Whatever I want to do, get high. But it's not my perspective. So many other people are affected by it.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like. Why, you know what I mean? I understand the active one is, the fate of all. But sometimes you say, well, hey, what the fuck am I doing? I don't want to be here now. And that hurts my family and my friends.
Mm-hmm. Because there's like responsibility that comes with love, right? Somewhat.
Yeah.
When you have a wife and kids and you become a dad, it's not just free love. It's like it's kind of somewhat responsibility to responsible to the people you love. No.
I don't know.
Really?
You know, I just love the way I do. I don't know if it's a definition or it's a blueprint to it. I just and it may be, and my love may be art to some people.
Yeah.
But it's my form of love.
Yeah. But you fucking did it, Mike. You're like.
What's doing it?
Like, I find it fascinating that you because you self say I've done this wrong, I did this, but you've been married how long? 13 years?
Yeah, 14
years.
Yeah.
You don't think that's a tremendous accomplishment?
I do, but and being honest, I think I was beaten in submission. What's funny?
By yourself. That's crazy. That can't be the only reason that it's lasted.
No, interactions with your spouse and the things that have been said. Ooh, things that have been said when we're going through our who's gonna back down discussions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes some names are said and they're never forgotten. Even when we say everything's cool, we're back to loving each other, but those names are never forgotten. Yeah, those words. You always have to be careful what comes out your mouth, because once you come out, it's everywhere. You can't pull it back.
But it's just funny to me when you say why I laugh, because the thought of you, Mike Tyson, just submitting and being, you said, what did you say, beaten to submission?
I was beaten into submission.
Into submission.
Yeah.
It's just not, I don't think, what people would expect.
I want to be with my children. I just want to do things different in my relationships now. I'm not. It's just interesting that I'm navigating this. I don't have no particular antidote. It's just working.
Are you proud of yourself in that space?
Yeah, I am. Because no one thought, all our friends thought this would be over in a year.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm proud of that. See, they don't know the power of love.
Right. You do.
No, I just know I'm not going to leave her from nothing. I just know this is just where it's going to end right here. Whatever happens, discretions or what, this is where I'm going to die at with that. Don't you have those perspectives? And I want to die with him. Do you ever have somebody like that? I want to die with him.
Yeah, I've been in a relationship for 10, 11 years.
This your longest relationship ever?
Yeah, absolutely. And so I've had to.
Do you find yourself easy to get along with?
Me?
Yeah.
Depends on the day. I think I'm a fair person, so I could if you meet me, I will show up there and I will deliver. But I think also that I ask a lot, So
Why? What do you want to know? What's the cause of you wanting to know?
I want to know everything.
Why? What does it satisfy?
I don't know. I'm like a seeker of truth. I'm always seeking the truth in myself, and
But
I
what
feel
is
like
it
that
that you
creates.
want to know, though? What is it that you want? What are you searching for that you want to know?
I don't know. I want to figure out how to, be the best version of myself.
Yeah. How do you figure to do that to make yourself the best possible person? Are there blueprints that anybody knows? Have you seen it?
No, I don't think one person's blueprint could be my blueprint.
Yeah.
I think
Just the way you want to be, have you seen it done before? The way you want your relationship? Or you just manifest it?
These are fucking great questions, Mike. I don't know. No, I haven't. I grew up in a house where I didn't grow up around anybody who was married or in a healthy relationship or any of that. So I don't even know. No, I'm figuring it out as I go.
I think I'm doing that just as much as you are. And I've known her since she's been 19.
Yeah.
And through that process of knowing her since being 19 and living together and breaking up and hanging out together and breaking up all the time, we know each other's flaws. We're happy with that. And we just live to help people, our friends and people. That's basically what we live to do.
Do you think there's something to, because you use the term beat into submission, do you think there's something to, I don't know, when you're younger and we're like chasing things and like trying to get shit, do you think there's something to the effect of just finding like somebody that could just give you peace?
Absolutely, but the reason we do these things is because how we see ourselves. Me, I'm gonna say myself. I have real low self-esteem, but I have the biggest ego that's ever been seen, though. They balance me out. Because sometimes when I say things that are not really complimentary to myself, my son always tells me, "Hey, don't talk like that about yourself." I said, don't dish yourself with this. I said, who's going to tell me to stop? Who's going to tell me the truth? Only I could do that. Mm-hmm. No, who's going to say, "Hey, Mike, what's up, brother? You're an asshole. You shouldn't have done this and this and that, you fucking dick." But still can't borrow a couple of dollars. But I respect that so much. Yeah. But who's going to tell me when I say, "Oh, I'm so stupid"? Who's going to tell me to say stop? Only I could fucking talk to myself like that. What
is that low self-esteem? What is that? I would never think that. You seem...
Just being poor most of my life. Mm-hmm. No, that's not most of my life, but that experience being poverty is, shit. When they did a documentary on me in Hulu, And when I was a little kid, they made me look so good. My house was so clean and wow. Oh, man. I said, this is so full of shit.
I hated they did that with
No,
without
but
your permission.
it's all stupid, though. I was never a middle class or low class. We didn't pay a rent. Oh, man, it was just so weird. My mother had to fuck somebody so he won't kick us out. It's just, that's the world I came from.
It was bad. Yeah, it was the trenches. But isn't that weird for somebody to tell you a story and you not be part of that? How?
No, it's not weird because, in all due respect, if I could be permitted to say without being egotistical, they're going to be writing movies and stuff about me forever. So who am I to tell them to stop? Like, you know what I mean? I could just say that was good or that was bad, but people are going to do what they're going to do, and I can't stop them. I don't know. They help me just as much as I help them.
You do have this way about you. It's like you have this like ferocious side where you're like how you say you read people, you see people's weaknesses, but then also you have this thing about you that you're like, go ahead, do that. They're going to make stories about, oh, go ahead, you want to do that? I still love you even though you did that. What is that?
I don't know. I think I'm the overman.
What is that?
I don't know. That's one of Friedrich Nietzsche's archetypes, and believing a person that can endure anything, pain, suffering, and not reflect it back. There's no income. He's just absorbing everything.
I think that's one of the reasons why I say people love you. You just have had so many peaks and valleys, and does it ever fascinate you?
No, I just think I'm a part of people that they don't want anybody to see. That's why I think I've received a lot of accolades, because I'm what they will never let people see.
What is that exactly?
Who they really are.
And what is that?
Whatever they may be. Whatever it is behind closed doors, whatever it is.
But what is that in you? Is that like a thought out, a state of being that you try to be in? Or is that just something that God, it's just your experience and God gave you that kind of?
It's my experience, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure God had a great deal to do with that, because God invented me. So I stopped looking at God as a gender.
He's just, or she, or...
No, I don't say God is the universe.
Got it.
I was told everything anonymous was done by a woman.
I like that.
I believe that.
I take it.
I believe that.
I'll take it. We've been talking a lot on this podcast. You know, it's called In Real Life. So it's like all the real life things that make us who we are. And one of my first chapters that I did was about the fact that we're all going to die. And I know you think about that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today. Life is just the willingness to die. I was just thinking about that. I was thinking about
the
death
willingness?
Before. Yeah.
What do you mean? Break that down.
Not being afraid of it. Not clinging to life. You know, that's what most of us do. We cling to life, believing that we're never going to die when they know we're going to die. How do you cling to this? You enjoy this while we're here, and then it's over. We're part of the dirt.
How do you not then? How do you not cling to it?
No, yeah. Sometimes we have to think about ourselves. Why did God decide to make us? I didn't bother nobody. Why did he decide to make me, and now I got to be afraid of death? Why can't I just never existed? I would have never knew anything about life. I would never knew anything about myself. But you decided to make me, bring me here, and now I'm afraid of death.
Are you afraid?
Not really. Listen, this is what I realized. If life is good, how could death be bad? How could you think God want us to suffer? No, really, you think the universe really wants us to suffer? Did they create us to suffer? Or did they create us to be problem solvers? If you look at that from that perspective. So I look at death as just another part of life that we never experienced.
Do you think about what happens when we die?
No, I just know God is not going to be cruel to us. That's what I mean. Did the universe create us to be malevolent to us? What would that be like? We just made to suffer.
It would be chaos.
Yeah.
Which there is a lot of chaos.
The mind is easy to be manipulated. We think we're controlling us, but we're very easy to be manipulated.
I totally agree with that. I think people are manipulating us all day. That's like one of my big things about like friendships or like boundaries. As you talk about, like, I don't have relationships and love no matter what. It's like one of my triggers is like people who try to manipulate you. Like, so if you be vulnerable and you give love unconditionally, like you say, you can't help it, you just love. And if somebody takes that and uses it in to manipulate you,
Yeah.
I hate that. It's a trigger for me.
I was told that that's going to happen all your life. You know, that's what the purpose that God created is, to solve problems, to live beyond those fears that we have.
Mm.
You know what I mean? To become our best person, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Where sometimes God would allow us to accelerate, and people we love may not be able to reach that level, and we may have to leave them there.
Mm-hmm.
To be the best that we possibly could be. Being the best you possibly could be is starting with people but not finishing with them. Because you want to be the best you want to be, and they really don't want to go the direction you want to go. They want you to stay here and not be disrespectful or hating on you. This is where they can communicate with you at. Then you start moving, they can't communicate with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They can't communicate with you up here. But we still love each other, but you can't help it. God is just taking you here. And you still want to go down here, but you got to make the decision. Are you going to come down here just because of love and kill yourself and all your accomplishments and anything that you ever wanted in life and your goals, or you got to keep ascending?
That could be lonely.
It is lonely, but it's better than the other endeavor. You can stay down here, and you don't belong here. So you can't stay out here if you wanted to. You just got to ascend. If you start getting high and stuff and doing drugs, you'll come back, of course. But if you're doing the right thing, you start ascending and keep going further and reaching what you want to reach, which is very scary. And you're going to reach it. But be careful what you wish for. You might get it.
Do you feel like you've gotten all the things you wish for?
I think I'm overrated.
As what? Not a fighter.
As an entity of what I am now. Can't go in a place without people applauding. Can't walk the street no more. Just can't do what makes me me anymore.
Because you're overrated as a human being?
No, because
or as
I don't have no space. It's in my face constantly.
Yeah. But you managed to, and I've been around you, you managed to still be who you are.
I know, but you're not with me when I'm home after that.
Yeah.
And I'm
tired?
No, I'm not. I'm tired, but I'm just ranting and raving. Because I know if I do it out there, I'm going to have, but I try to restrain myself. But yeah, I get really angry at people too when the yes don't fucking stop.
Right.
When I do everything, I give them all the attention they got. I give them all the autographs and papers they want, and the yes don't fucking stop. And they don't understand that I get angry too.
You never show it publicly. Well, we don't see it.
Sometimes I have to.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen it in a long time publicly.
Yeah, but sometimes, I even hate saying, sometimes you got to kick a motherfucker's ass.
Oh, we did see that recently.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do it.
We did see that recently.
Sometimes you have to do it.
I was happy for you in that moment, I'm going to be honest.
Sometimes you
we're
have to
talking about
do
the same
it.
moment, but...
Sometimes you have to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't like doing it, but it just feels remarkably good when I do it.
Good for what? Like, what does it serve? What part of you is it serving?
Euphoric recall, more or less. Adrenaline pumping. My mind's going back to that aggressive shit. Let's kill him. And that felt good. No, I don't know.
You still got that. That fight is forever in you, forever for your whole life. Huh?
Is it the fight experience or is it just my anger or my rage? How do you distinguish the two?
I don't know.
People don't distinguish the two when they see me. Yes, he's great. Don't fuck him up. But I have rage. I have anger sometimes.
Still. Forever, you think?
Yeah. Listen, I was getting a brain scan.
Recently?
Not too long ago, a couple of months, and the guy said, wow, your brain is great to be a boxer. He was talking about other boxers' brain he saw, and it looked like
Jello?
clay. Yeah, it was really bad. And he said, but listen, I see anger here. I said, how can you tell somebody's anger? Yeah, rage is right here. This is rage. And I said, yeah, I do get upset sometimes. You can tell that just do a brain scan.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
What else did you find?
Everything's cool, but that anger. He said, I'm never going to have...
He said rage, not anger. It's different,
but he
right?
said, I'm never going to have... What's the stuff when you start dementia and all that stuff? He said, you're never going to have that because I have a very together brain. I didn't really get hit that much. But the fact is that he detected that rage. That blew my mind.
Wow. I never heard of that.
Something that you're trying to hide and now it's exposed.
I'm curious from you because there's so many people that deal with rage all the time. Or if it's not you dealing with rage, you in a relationship with somebody who got rage.
And people die from that.
And yeah.
Yeah, we forgot to say that.
Yeah.
That's what makes rage because people die. People survive it, but a lot of people die from rage.
How so do you mean, though?
No,
Other people's rage?
Somebody might cut you off and say, fuck you, nigga, Bob!
Right.
You don't know what his day was like.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Some people get mad, motherfucker. They don't know there's people out there more angry than they are. And they don't want to have an encounter with them. That's just what it is. That's the world I live in.
Mike, how do you manage that rage? Like, what has been the best thing?
My wife always say when I go out, be nice, be nice. Be nice. It's be nice.
Yeah, but so then that's you being nice. Yeah. But if you still have a rage inside...
Well, then that's my problem to deal with it. I have to be disciplined and keep it in control.
How do you do that? Because I'm sure
I'm pretty disciplined in those areas as far as my brain and controlling my rage, and I do my manifesting and my meditation.
That's worked.
Oh, yeah, I've been doing it since I was like 14, 15. And I got away from that stuff after I got really a big fighter and became a celebrity, and then, my mind started thinking differently. It's about pleasure.
But you went back to it, right?
Right.
Like meditation and...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, I started getting involved with plant medicine and animal medicine, and I think that pretty much killed any of my affinity for cocaine or liquor, anything like that.
Wow. That's a big thing.
I think it's very big.
Yeah. What is the core, what do you blame your rage on?
My insecurities. Yeah.
Childhood shit, right? Isn't it crazy that we could be grown, have had all these experiences, done all this work, do all types of health
People
stuff?
People beating you up, abusing you, yeah, shit. But
it stays with you for your whole life.
Yeah. Because without that, you're nobody. You have to reflect on what you truly are. All of us have our mask of sanity, and we try to prevent people to know what we really are.
I had Kelly Rowland on. We were talking about our both of us recently. Well, I didn't reconnect with my father, but I found that my father was alive. She reconnected with her father. Neither one of us.
Who's this again?
Kelly Rowland. You know Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Kelly. So we were talking about this, and we were talking about the results of not having a father in your life.
Whoa.
For women and what that is. For you, I'm sure that's a whole other thing too.
Listen, my parents, I don't know. It would have been interesting with my parents alive when I was very successful.
Yeah.
My parents were alcoholics. They were sex workers. It would have been pretty interesting. They were scared of the world like that. They were scared to get too close to that. I'm sure they must have had insecurities too. I must have got it from them.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. But there's all this residual stuff, and then I'm like, okay, maybe I got trust issues because my father wasn't around, so relationships with men are challenging and things like that. But at some point as an adult, can't you let go of that stuff? Can't you do work and let it go? Or does you think it always stays with you?
No, it always stays with you, because if you get in a relationship, a person say, how was your life as a kid? Have your boyfriend or who you would ever ask you that?
Of course.
Then you have to explain that.
Yeah.
Because when he says, how was your life as a kid? Boom, right there you go.
Triggered.
You might lie, and then one day when you really come with it, you might start telling. I'm speaking on that issue.
It never goes away. You don't think your childhood shit ever goes away?
If it went away, I would not be here talking to you. Your mind wants you to get so far away from it, and you think success is leading you away, is leading you further away, but success is drawing you closer.
What has been your greatest success? What are you most proud of in your life, your career?
My children.
Really?
Yeah.
What about that? You as a dad, or just who they are? Or?
I think it's just their it's just who they are. It's just who they are. I don't know. Maybe me myself being in their life, being a presence in their life, and I don't know. Maybe that I never done that before, and it's pretty interesting having a relationship with your kids. For a long time, I never had a relationship with them.
With the older kids, right?
Ooh, yeah. I'm just happy that my oldest daughter just got married, and I'm just happy I'm a part of the life that's going to happen now. My next generation, my kids are my time machine. They go into the future for me.
I love that. This is like the
Exactly.
elevator of life, right? Like you become the father, then you become the grandfather. Then
Absolutely.
your kids
and then
become
I get closer
parents.
to my mother and father and grandfather.
And then you get closer to them.
Yeah, and further from my grandkids, right? Because as you get older, you get closer to your parents than you are to your kids as you die.
Do you ever think about reconnecting with your parents or your mom? What that would be like?
Well, I married her.
What do you mean?
You know, Kiki's like my mother.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
It's the way my mother, I just seem, demeanor, kind, be nice to everybody, talk to people. She's like, now she's like Van Dam. What's the young lady name? Come on, she's from Brownsville.
Who's that?
Baby.
Iyanla Van Zant is from
Yeah.
Brownsville?
Yeah.
No way.
She badass, isn't she?
I had no
She's
idea.
Badass. She's badass, man.
I had no idea she was from Brownsville.
We're
So you married
badass.
Iyanla Van Zant?
Yeah, she's like, but that's the she. I think my wife is
Oh my God.
I think my wife wants that position. She wants to talk to everybody, help them with their feelings, talk to them. Oh God, they don't have money. No, get the fuck this. Stop, okay?
You love it.
I know you can't help everybody, but everybody can help somebody.
Yeah.
I look at it like that. Right?
You help a lot of people too, Mike. Do you feel like that?
That's my purpose in life, to help people. And listen, when I was 12, I was 13. When I saw Muhammad Ali, I was in Spofford detention for boys, and he came and visited us. And once I saw him, I said, I want to be like him.
Wow. You were how old? 13?
12.
12? Muhammad Ali walks in. You don't even
No, I
want
was 13. Yeah, I was 13.
13.
Yeah.
Muhammad.
Never knew about boxing, didn't care about boxing. But boom, I want to be like
Well,
him.
what was it?
The people went crazy.
Oh, that's what it was.
So, ooh, I want to be like that. First thing I said, I want to be like him. First thing I remember saying that.
But was it a thing he did, or just the way people responded
No, it's
to
the way
him?
people respond. I say, I want this.
Yeah, but now you got it. You said sometimes it's too
Yeah.
much. It's too
But that's what I wanted. I
But
wanted
you
to be
got
like
it.
Muhammad Ali when people came in. Fucking people crying. It
were
was
crying?
crazy. The grown men were crying.
Wow. I can't imagine you at 13.
Robbing everybody. I was robbing. And then I got involved with boxing. My whole life was crying.
Yeah.
Then I got involved with boxing. You see, Blue Boy, I grew up with him as
I
a kid
know.
in institutions.
Unbelievable. So you were together 13 years old
Yeah.
from robbing people, right? That's why you got it.
Robbery. Yeah, I'm a robber. That's what I am. I'm a robber.
You
I
are
whip you
now.
up. I snatch your pockets, your chains. Yeah, I'm a robber. Back then I was a robber.
Does it ever trip you out that people like hold you up at such a high? Like there's people like all over the world that just like love you, and then in your mind you're like, they don't know that 13-year-old kid.
No, it's not
How would
about-
they even treat that 13-year-old kid?
No, they would kill him. But yes, I'm conscious. I'm very conscious of people, my situation, and that's why you have to be open with yourself. You are what you are. It's just the fuck it is.
Yeah.
You
What about cancel culture? Does that ever scare you?
What about that?
I don't know, because I feel like we live in a world where like it's not conducive to people being so free. That's one of the most things I'm most fascinated by you about, is you manage to like, even with like you say, your demons, your rage, or whatever you have, you still seemingly like talk free, live free, without like fear of, I don't know, canceling or
Hey,
offending or
Cancel me. Fuck you.
I feel like if they cancel you, you would almost enjoy it because you would want to fight everybody.
Oh shit. Cancel me, nigga.
Cancel me. Yeah. How happy are you? We ask this our guests a lot. How happy are you on a scale of 1 to 10 today?
Today, 10, 20. Yeah,
Really?
I'm up there right now.
Yay, I love that.
This moment. This moment, yeah.
You're happy right now?
High. At this moment, yeah.
That makes me even happier. On an average day, how happy are you?
I don't know. Might be what do you think, baby, a normal day? 7?
Yeah. That's still great.
Yeah, but the shit I said for that 3 is kind of hurt. That 3 is a motherfucker, man.
What triggers a 3? What is the thing that would take you down to a 3?
Family, losing my wife, it's fucking crazy.
Oh, that's
shit.
like deep stuff. That's like heavy stuff would take you down.
That's the 3. That's some of the 3 shit.
Yeah.
That's that 3 shit to make it go to 10. It blows up.
That's when the monster
But that's
comes.
the dynamite. That 3 is the dynamite, though. Everything else is beautiful, but that fucking 3.
But it takes a lot. You wouldn't be triggered by like a road rage. Could that take you to a 3?
No. But after we get home, we'll discuss that. Yeah. Ain't doing nothing while we got the wheel, but as soon as we get home, we'll discuss that. Yeah.
What is that discussion?
I said, baby, you ran over the curb 3 times.
I meant other people that have pissed you off on the road. Somebody cuts you off. Somebody flips you a finger or something like that. That won't take you down, right? That
No
wouldn't
way,
take
no.
you to
I
a
like
3.
to laugh like that.
That just make you laugh. That's really amazing. A 10 is fucking great.
I'm just very grateful that I could reach that
Yeah,
level
what is
now.
the key to that? Is it gratefulness?
Yeah, I don't want to lose my family. You know, it's just a lot of things that you go through your mind when
No,
you
but
get
there's
older.
people out there that they would be happy to get it to an 8. That can't.
Eventually they will, or they'll stop existing. It's one or the other. There's other people out there more angry than you are. They lost their mother too. They lost their kid, and you get mad because this girl just broke up with you.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful. The degrees of fucking bad days. My bad day's here, but his bad day might be here.
Somebody always has it worse.
Yeah.
Somebody always has it worse.
And he's just waiting for a little motherfucker like this to get him raised. Think he has some problems. I'm gonna show him problems.
Sheesh.
That's the world out there that I live in.
Yeah. One of my favorite things I heard you say is that everybody that you fight is not your enemy. That quote.
Yeah.
And everybody that helps you is not your friend.
Yeah.
That is so real and so powerful.
Yeah.
How do you know when somebody is your friend?
It comes with time, sacrifice, enduring pain together, suffering together. You know, it's just a lot of things.
Do you have a lot of friends or a small knit?
I would say I have a little small core of friends, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you love people, though. Like, you like certain people. And
I do. I think I'm very easy to get along with as a person.
Yeah. But everybody that helps you is not your friend.
No way.
A lot of times they want things or...
Well, maybe down the line. Maybe 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when things are better and things happen different. That's just how it is.
The other part of that is that everybody that you fight is not your enemy. That's really powerful because...
Absolutely. There's beautiful people out here that we have a difference of opinions, and our form of fighting is verbal. And we never have a chance to really articulate ourselves the way we want among the two of us. And so that starts conflict.
Now more than ever.
Absolutely, because you have all the computers and stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can say a bunch of stuff to somebody that's in America and you're in Germany or somewhere, and there's never been any conflict.
It's not your enemy.
Yeah.
You're like fighting. You're going down this road of
But now everybody just wants popularity for this stuff. They want to be popular.
Trash.
No, it's
It's terrible.
I know, but it's a narcotic. It's a drug.
Oh, I think so.
This is a drug. This stuff, this camera stuff, yeah.
I know. I try to have a healthy relationship with it, as healthy as I can.
Wow. How do you have a healthy relationship? What makes it unhealthy?
What makes it unhealthy is when I do it because I want likes, or I want fame, or I want,
But you deserve all that. You're like, this is your show.
I'm not saying I don't want to make money. I want to do all those things. I want to be successful. I'm a driven person. But like me sitting with you, if I'm just sitting with you, like, okay, how can I get people to like or click or view this? Then my conversation with you is going to be different as if I sit here and I go, what can I learn from Mike today? What can I talk to Mike that might actually be an offering to somebody that's watching it? So if I come to the table like that, not that I'm fucking human, so sometimes I get caught up in being competitive, or I get caught up in trying to chase maybe a success I had at another point or another interview. But like, I always check myself. If I feel like my intentions or I have to check myself.
Self-inventory.
Yeah, I have to do self-inventory and be like, why didn't that feel good? Or that didn't feel good because you went in there trying to blah, blah, blah. If you would have went in there and just listened and tried to find something to offer, then it would have been better. Does that make sense? For me, that's how I
do the same thing, but then the next one will be better. Sometimes you have to make mistakes to reach your goals in life.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to be the best at anything, I'm talking about anything, a bug collector, ant collector, garbage can collector. Anytime you want to be the best in the world, there's going to be disappointments. And by the way you handle those disappointments will tell if you're going to be a success or not.
Mm. You know, it's so crazy. People think that you reach a certain level of success, and then that's it. It's just success. They don't realize there's still disappointments always for
your friends disappointing you in certain situations.
Anything. You disappoint yourself sometimes.
You have a lot of pain. People have a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
It's just that we have to, from myself speaking, we have to accept everything in life who we are.
Yeah.
A lot of us don't accept who we are. We're scared to show the world who we are. It's just people are very complex.
Mm-hmm. And that's okay.
Everybody's very complex, but that's what people are. That's what we do. Mm. We love each other. We hurt each other. We die for one another. It's just we live for one another. It's just this is what human beings do. There's nothing you could say that human beings haven't done.
How's your relationship with all this? Cameras, phones, social media, press, public persona. Like, how do you manage your relationship with all that outside noise? Even now, you're doing podcasts.
In here, in this room, it's my room, and wherever I'm doing this stuff, unequivocally, I'm God. Mm. I'm God. And here, right here, I'm God like you're God right here. Whatever you say, the world's going to see it and most likely accept it. That's where your following comes from.
Mm-hmm. Your congregation?
Yeah, congregation. And next thing you know, they're inviting their friends to come to church. They invite their friends. Next thing you know, you get 10 million friends on church. It's just, this is just a platform for you to be who you want to be and play the role of divinity. Mm-hmm. It's just a role, but we can still play it.
Yeah. But did you do it to get the congregation? No.
Hey, listen, I never wanted to do the podcast. I tried it a couple of times, and we got millions of views, and I just said, God, and I was just doing this stuff, and people started writing, he's a genius, he's a guru, he's this and that, and I don't know, I'm doing the job.
You just being you.
Yeah,
you just showing up,
doing
you. I think you have a pretty healthy relationship. You have to be able to have a healthy relationship with
I don't know. My kids don't seem to think so.
What do you mean? What do they think?
My kids telling me that what am I? God complex. I think I'm this. And Madonna and Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan is so much flyer than you. And you
Wait, is that the bar in your house? Is it like, are you compared to all these other goats? Is that what happens?
No, it's just that I was talking about myself, and then my daughter might see Magic Johnson with a fur coat or something. Why you not wearing the fur coat, Dad? Why you don't have a fur coat?
Yeah, your kids talk shit.
Oh, man, shit. She said, now tell me Madonna's not bigger than you, Dad. Come on, Dad. Oprah Winfrey's so much bigger than you, Dad. Why do you think you somebody?
And you love it. I love that for you. What do you still want to do?
I don't know. Sky's the limit. Start working with my kids. Do shows and do projects with my kids. I'm not the kind of, I don't want the world. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's just that the world comes to me, but I don't want it.
I mean, you've done a lot. You don't have to do anything else. You don't even have to do the things you're doing now. If you want
to. But I want to do more. What am I going to do? Do nothing since I did so much and die from doing nothing? I just want to, I want to prosper. I want things to be in my name to help people. That's what's happening, to give back. You know, I don't want me personally. I don't want my kids. I don't want to die a rich man.
You don't?
No way.
You want to spend it all and give it away?
Well, I don't want to have none when I'm dead.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we have you here for a very long time.
Hey, if I live for 200 years, it's not long enough.
You had a good life now, right? I mean, you're at a 10. I'm happy. That's amazing.
You know, let's think about it. Imagine somebody who's on death row forever and just died. Do we still see them in our life? All these people that we ran across and just looked at in the car, where do those people go? Do we see them again?
Sometimes.
Doesn't it get tricky? Doesn't that get tricky about life?
No, life is wild.
No, every time something happens in life, I figure out, I gave a homeless person some money, $200, but he must have been like this. He didn't say thank you, no, he said, God.
That was recently?
Yeah, he's pointing up there. And we kept left, and he kept pointing up there. As we left, he's pointing up to God.
Sometimes when I see, especially in New York, like I'll see a homeless person or I'll see somebody asking for money, I always wonder if it's like an angel
No,
or
that's
somebody.
a prophet. These guys are
prophets. Or I always wonder because everybody walks past the fact that as human beings we could walk down the street in New York, see a homeless person laying in the street, and just keep walking.
Hey,
I do feel like when we show up upstairs, right, and it's our time, we might be questioned about those moments.
No. Your consciousness is God. If we didn't have no laws, you know it right and wrong. You know you did something fucked up. A conscience is God.
Yeah.
Unless you really, even if you're fucked up in the head, you know hurting that person's not right. Making that person not look like you anymore is not right. You know, we all know our conscience tells us what's right and wrong.
You listen to yours?
Yeah. It tells you, you have to listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to.
You are fascinating, Mike. I could talk to you all day long about
I don't know, it's just
I'm so, even just as a fan and somebody who's known you and gotten to know you over the years, like I'm just like so fascinated and proud of how you just maintain, like you know, people look at your life and they're like, oh, he's been through a lot of shit, but when you really think about the life and like you say, you're 13, you're doing this and this rage and
losing all my money, then getting kicked out of the box for biting this nigga ear, and then doing some other shit. Road rage, going to jail for that. A motorcycle crash, drugs, which my wife, well listen, if it wasn't for my wife, that helped me on the drug tip. I was really fucked up on that liquor and cocaine. I was really fucked up. And it came across the news that Mike Tyson died of partying. And I'm outside having a good time. And so I come home, and my wife opened the door and see me, and she said, motherfucker, where you at? They just said you were dead over the radio. And I said, really? I said, really, I'm dead?
When did that happen?
A few years ago, 10 years ago, huh, baby? A little more than 10 years ago.
Fuck. Thank God it wasn't true.
No, I'm not ready to go yet. Whoever planted me here is not ready to accept me again.
Do you ever talk to people who are addicted to drugs and give them any type of, I don't know, people ask your advice on how to do that, how to beat that?
Yeah, I don't tell them how to beat it because I used to always say, why you got to start something that you have to stop? You know, you start this, you got to stop this if you want to live a functional life. That's one of my learning moments when someone told me that. Why you got to do something you got to stop? Don't you want to do something that you never have to stop and live good from it? And I said, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, because that doesn't end well if you never stop.
It just didn't make sense when you said it. I said, why you going to start something that you have to stop? And he said, the light came on. I said, yeah, you're right.
And that worked for you.
Yeah, you're right.
The last thing, we've been talking about, another thing I've been talking about on this pod is like superpowers.
Yes.
And the things that make us, and by the way, you are a unicorn. There's nobody else. Like, I can't meet you and be like, yeah, you remind me of this is like nobody else. You are Mike Tyson, the only Mike Tyson. You're like a unicorn. But I think if we really look at people, that everybody has these like unique qualities that you are given to kind of perform in the world or whatever your purpose or whatever is. Do you know what yours are? Like, have you ever thought about that? Like what the things are that are your superpowers?
Make people happy. Yeah, that's what I think it is. You know, I get stopped by cops and they start smiling.
Really?
Yeah, that's my power. If I had a superpower, make people smile.
Yeah. When did you realize it? When did you Like when was the moment that you're like, oh
Yes,
shit.
people tell me, so, well, you make so many people happy. So yes, people tell me, oh, you make so many people happy, you make so many people happy.
And you don't try, right?
No, I mean, I try to be as humble as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I get pissed off too. I mean, they know I'm a human being. They know Mike can get pissed off, but Mike is good people. Don't say this about Mike. Don't get Mike angry. See, people know. They know that, so I have a lot of good encounters with people.
Is there a superpower that you ever admire in somebody else that you wish you could have? Or?
Yeah, someone that doesn't react from anything, spit on them, do nothing. Yeah, they control themselves.
Do you know anybody like that?
They're out there.
Like monks?
No, there's people out there. They may have been monks before. They may have read about Buddha or something, and they may want to receive that life. May have read Nietzsche's book. They may, people read. People are what they read and who they associate with. That's how you define a person.
What do you pray for?
That my kids are healthy. My family's healthy.
That's the ultimate thing, right?
Yeah.
I love that.
See some grandkids and stuff.
Do you have grandkids yet? No.
I'd love to see them. Yeah, I'd love to see some.
You're gonna be the greatest.
I think so
granddad
too.
of all time.
I think so too. I think so too.
Is like boxing a thing in your family? Like, are you allowed to teach the kids that?
Some of them start doing it, but yeah, that's not. I took the punches, so they won't have to.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that you have many days out of 10 of happiness.
Hey, listen, this is one of them.
Thank you, baby. Thank you so much for today.